What's going on? It's your boy CJ Goodfella. We back with that real thing, that real boxing talk afternoon grind. Shout out to the LDBC. And it's the one deciding factor, and we're gonna talk about two. We've got people, either picking Triple G or picking Canelo Alvarez. It's a simple fact that most people know, assume, or don't know if Canelo can take the power of Triple G. And it pretty much comes down to this with that. Can Canelo roll some of those punches with Triple G? Can he be elusive enough? Can he slip and dip enough to not to get hit by Triple G? And can he take the least amount of punches in that fight? That's a good question. Or if it comes down to being a brawl or a knockout fest or a knockdown fest or whatever the fuck you want to call it, a punching fest, can he absorb those punches from Triple G for 12 rounds if he needs be? Some people assume that he'll do enough to not take that much punishment, or think he'll be able to, take Triple G's punches or the punishment. Some people don't. I see that as being a number one deciding factor in this fight. I'm gonna talk about another one that I don't think a lot of people are talking about amongst the casual level and some of the hardcore level as well. It remains to be seen, man. Canelo hasn't really fought an elite puncher. Alfredo Angulo was a good puncher, but by the time he fought Canelo, his steam was off his punches. He wasn't the same. He had got that hematoma, whatever you want to call it, hematoma on his face from Erisani Lara, and he wasn't the same fighter. He had no zip, no snap on his punches no more. Same thing goes for James Kirkland, that was seen as a good, puncher as well. He had no zip, no power on his punches no more as well. Cotto isn't seen to be the biggest puncher at 154. Neither was Floyd Mayweather. So maybe I'm missing somebody, but I haven't seen him fight a lot of big punchers. But we did see him get rocked by Jose Cotto when he was younger. But to me, he really wasn't hurt. It wasn't, DEFCON 10. I could tell in his legs still was sturdy. He was shocked that he got hit with the punch, but it is what it is. And neither one of these guys have been knocked down professional. And Canelo said he's never been knocked down in his life. And I heard that Terrell Hendricks, a light heavyweight, dropped Triple G to the body. So, it's possible. Anything is possible in this fight. But do I honestly know that Canelo could take Triple G punches? That's a good question. Especially with him fighting for the IBF, not being able to rehydrate the morning after more than 170 pounds, more than 10 pounds in the 160 middleweight limit. So that's going to be funny to see how that plays in. I thought Canelo would decline the IBF and try to go up to 180 in the 180s or some shit like that. But he's going to come in 170, so that might tell you he might come in a little bit lighter, a little bit more in shape. He's looking ripped up, even in the legs. He's looking very ripped. He might try to be a little bit more faster, a little bit more lighter, a little bit more elusive, a little bit more quicker, and try to, extend his battery life in that ring. As far as the stamina, that's the number 2 point. I don't know if Canelo Alvarez has the stamina, to keep fighting for a long time, especially, to stay busy. We know Triple G is one of those guys that, likes to pressure you all day. And once the pressure, thinking about the pressure of being in the ring mentally weighs on guys, and it weighs on Triple G opponents. And Canelo Alvarez, I think the best thing for him to do, not to give too much away from my game plan for Canelo Alvarez, is to pressure the pressure guy. I think to be elusive, some of the fights and mix it up, but I think important early is him to come out like Keith Thurman did with Danny Garcia and set a statement. Pressure the pressure guy. Bully the bullier. Come downhill, be aggressive, don't be passive, and make your mark and set the tone. And then, mix it up. Sometime pressure, sometime be elusive, slip. But I think it's imperative for him to be aggressive and set the pace. Because if Triple G is allowed to set the pace in this fight, he's probably going to wear Canelo down. And he's able to walk Canelo down and push him. And you see Canelo, walking amongst the ropes and trying to slip. That's a bad sign. Canelo should be Canelo and be the aggressor. Don't change anything about his game plan until he feel like he got enough rounds in the bag that he's winning. And then, try to play four corners defense. It's a basketball term, but trying to play it safe. And I think that should be the plan. I think, early on, at least the first 3 rounds, he should pressure Triple G. And I mean intelligently, not just come straight down the pipe on some dumb shit. beat the body up, shoot the uppercut to the head, the jab. He should do a lot of different things and then try to counter off of Triple G's aggressiveness when he get desperate. So those are two big questions for me, but the number one, for sure.